Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a document from American Well Corporation, better known as Amwell. Get ready because this report is about them holding a vote, and honestly it's about as exciting as watching paint dry. But don't worry, we'll try to make it interesting. This Form 8K filing is about Amwell's annual meeting where they had a shareholder vote. We'll look at who got elected to the board, who they picked as their accounting firm, and whether shareholders approved of how the top executives get paid. Before we begin, if you're into turning complicated reports into simple insights, subscribe. We also have a Discord community linked below, so come join us. Okay, so the main point of this filing is the results of their annual shareholder meeting, which happened around June of 2025. They had three main things they wanted the shareholders to vote on. We will break them down one by one. First up is about picking the people who will be on the company's board of directors. Think of the board as the group of people who are in charge of making big decisions about how the company is run. The shareholders get to vote on who they want on this board. In this vote, shareholders get to vote on who they want on this board. In this vote, shareholders were asked to elect 3 people as Class 2 directors, who will serve until the annual meeting in 2028. Basically, it means that if they are elected that year, people will have to wait for 3 years to vote them out. Let's check out the voting results on this. So for Mr. Stephen Schlegel, he received 18,064 votes in favour, while 2,216,772 votes were withheld, and there were about 2.5 million broker non-votes. In withheld votes are essentially votes against a candidate expressing disapproval. Broker non-votes happen when a broker holding shares for a client doesn't vote on a particular proposal because they haven't received instructions from the client be so. Based on those results, it looks like Mr. Schlegel was elected at now. Let's talk about the other guys. Dr. Delos Cosgrove ended up with around 18.2 million votes for and about 2 million votes withheld. He was also elected. Ms. Rivka Goldwasser received about 18.2 million votes for and about 2 million votes withheld. So all 3 nominees got the thumbs up and will be on the board until after voters meet in 2028. Next up is about picking the accounting firm. Think of the accounting firm as the people who check the company's financial statements to make sure everything is accurate. What is the big deal here? Well, you see how important audits are. The shareholders get to vote on whether they agree with the company's choice of accounting firm. For 2025, Amwell wanted to keep PricewaterhouseCoopers LL, be shortened to PwC, as their independent auditor. The vote was overwhelmingly in favour. Over 22.7 million votes for versus only about 19,000 votes withheld. That means PwC will keep auditing Amwell's books. The last thing they voted on was how much money the top executives get paid, including the company's CEO and other top leaders. This is called an advisory vote, which means that they are merely asking the shareholders what they think of the executive compensation that was already given out. It's basically meaningless, but also a good way to check the temperature of the shareholder. In this case, about 19.6 million votes were cast for the executive compensation, while roughly 600,000 votes went against it and 2.5 million broker non-votes. So the shareholders were generally okay with how much the top executives were getting paid, with an overwhelming lead, even if it's just advice. Now let's zoom out and look at the big picture. This filing is pretty standard and doesn't tell us much that is insightful, but it does give us some indication on shareholder confidence in leadership. Amwell sailed through its annual meeting with all proposals approved, indicating a general alignment between the company's direction and shareholder expectations. The election of all director nominees suggests trust in their leadership to guide the company. The shareholders' approval of the executive compensation package could be seen as agreement with executives. However, there are risks and opportunities. Amwell faces challenges typical of companies in a competitive market, including technological advancements and evolving consumer expectations. To succeed, they need to innovate and adapt while maintaining a focus on providing value to both patients and healthcare providers. Otherwise, patient churns will skyrocket. So from this report alone, we can't tell if the company is going in the right direction. Alright, that's our breakdown of Amwell's latest vote. What's your take on these choices? Did the shareholders make the right decision? Drop your opinions in the comments. If this analysis was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate documents. Don't forget to check out our Discord channel in the description to join our community. Thanks for watching and see you next time.